Good morning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're audible now.
Yeah, so we'll continue from the previous topic. Yeah. So in the last class, we have done till this. We started that shift register and we discussed how it is working. And for this shift register, we have discussed about this serial transfer also, how serial transfer happens in shift register. So next we'll go for bidirectional shift register with parallel load. As I told you earlier also, the shift register can be work as a right shift or left shift and both can be done together. Okay, so this bidirectional shift register with parallel load means here we will be having three operation together, means right shift, left shift as well as parallel load operation. Since we have done both parallel also we have seen means parallelly we are able to see all the output. Shift right means shift will happens towards right. Shift left means shift will happen towards left. Okay, so this is the case of bidirectional shift register with parallel load. See, everything is now this theoretical only. You need to understand the concept and accordingly you have to write the answer appropriately. Okay, so here since it is working in all the ways, both right and left, that's why it is called bidirectional shift register. If we have only one directional shift register, means either left or right, then it is called unidirectional shift register. Okay. Now, let me show you the diagram first. This is a diagram for 4-bit bidirectional shift register with parallel load. So here in the top, you can see we have taken 4 D flip-flop. So D flip-flop working is already known to you. Here CP input is given with inverter. That means it is working when your CP pulse goes from 1 to 0. Okay, because inverter is there. Similarly, clear input is also there just to clearing the states. Already we have been discussed for the previous diagram. Now the concept is that here the extra circuit, that is a down parts you can see, for multiplexer has been taken. So what is actually the purpose of taking multiplexer? Here port 4 terminals are there, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this 3, from 3 terminal actually the input is given I1, I2, I3, I4. We have two selection line, that is S0 and S1. So actually this circuit is working principle of this circuit is based on this selection line. When S0 S1 is equal to 0 0, that means there is no change. Whatever was the previous state, it will be as it is. So actually we have 4 states here. When S1 S0 is equal to 1 0 0 1, that means shift right position will work. This circuit will act as a shift right. When S1 S0 is equal to 1 0, that means there will be shift left. When this is 1 1, that means it will act as a parallel resistor. So these are 4 different state for 4 different selection mode for working of this circuit. So if you see this circuit, this serial input shift right has been given to terminal 1. Just see the first one. For shift left, it is given to 2. And for parallel load, it is given to 3. So not much thing is there. Although this circuit looks little complicated just to draw, but since anyway you have to draw the circuit and this is your open notebook also. So I don't think so you'll have any trouble while drawing the circuit. But just when you're writing the answer, write all the steps point wise. Don't miss any steps. Okay. It is taken from Maurice Meno. You can also see the books, but you have to use the same circuit. Okay. So likewise, this will work. And if you go in detail, you will be able to see which terminal is connected to this one, which one is connected to this one. And the multiplexer operation is also known to you. But this circuit, this particular topic is very important. Okay. So next we'll go for the ripple counter. Actually, this should not be ripple counter heading here. It should be counter only, this particular page. So actually, if you see the counter, maybe you will have one more category, but as per our syllabus, we are having actually two different types of counter. The first one is ripple counter, and the second one is the synchronous counter. This ripple counter is also known as asynchronous counter. So if we'll say we have two counter, asynchronous and synchronous counter, that will not be wrong. But most of the time, it is called as a ripple counter. But in exam, if I'm asking asynchronous counter, it means I'm asking about the ripple counter only. Okay, both asynchronous and ripple counter is same. So we'll start with the ripple counter, then we'll go for the synchronous counter. Both you have to see very carefully and in depth. So what is the difference between ripple counter and synchronous counter? In the ripple counter, we are giving the CP input pulse to one particular counter, and the output of each flip-flop, it is act as a triggering of the next stage or succeeding flip-flop. That is what we are taking in ripple counter. But in synchronous counter, CP input is given to all the flip-flop separately. Okay, this is the difference in both the flip-flop. So we will start with the ripple counter. And in the ripple counter, the first counter we have is binary ripple counter. The working principle is so easy. This is very simple, but please, it's a request. If you are having any doubt, any confusion, you may ask. Okay, so for this 4-bit binary ripple counter, we can take either any one of flip-flop, that is T flip-flop or JK flip-flop. Actually, we have to take any complementing flip-flop. So we are having two complementing flip-flop, that is T or JK. So any one we can keep. Here we are taking JK flip-flop. Okay, so whatever I have shown you, the same flip-flop you can take for your exam also. That is perfectly fine till it is not specified. So before proceeding to the working of flip-flop, let us discuss about the working of JK flip-flop. So if you remember, for JK flip-flop, when both J and K is equal to 0, that means there is no change state. When J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, that means it shows set state. Okay, means whatever this is sets, whatever given, it will be transferred. Now, if J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, that means it is reset. And when both are equal to 1, that means it acts as a complemented state. Means it Q will become Q complement. Okay, whatever input you have given, the output will be complement. Just see the diagram here, all 4 JK flip-flop, the input is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, because we are using that complementing version only. Since for the count pulse, that is for the CP pulse, here bubble is given, that means the flip-flop will work for the negative edge of clock pulses. That means when this CP goes from 1 to 0, it will complement the circuit. Okay, so the first flip-flop, that means in the rightmost one, if J and K is equal to 1 and CP is goes from 1 to 0, that means it will complement A1. When A1 goes from 1 to 0, it will complement, because this A1 output of first is act as a CP input of the next. So when A1 will goes from 1 to 0, because it is working as a negative edge of clock pulses, then it will complement A2 and so on. So in this way it will work. Okay, I'll show you the binary count, means count sequence. I'll show you. Initially, let's assume let both all 4 0, A4, A3, A2, A1 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, the first A1 is complemented. So this A1, how this A1 complemented means negative edge of clock pulses. So this is in our hand. So we can directly write for the first one. So first A1 complemented means A1 is complemented means 0 has become 1. So 0, 0, 0, 1. Complement A1. It is mentioned. Are you able to see this table, students? Students, are you able to see this table? The particular slide? Yeah. Try to understand the concept. It is very important. So A1 complemented, but it doesn't affect A2 because A1 converted from 0 to 1. Okay. So now in the next complement, when A1 will goes from 1 to 0, it will complement A2. Just see the third row in the entries. When A1 goes from 1 to 0, it will complement A2. Just see 0001 became 0010. Okay. Now again, when A1, when A1 complement, that is A1 becomes 0 to 1, it doesn't affect A2 because it has not changed from 1 to 0. It changed from 0 to 1. So the next value is 0011. Again, if A1 complement means A1 goes from 1 to 0, it complement A2. That is A2 also goes from 1 to 0. Now since A2 also goes from 1 to 0, it complement A3. Okay. That's why the next entry is 0100. Again, A1 complement 0 has become 1, but it won't complement A2 because 0 has become 1. 1 has not become to 0. So the next entry is 0101. Next, when A1 complement, so it is A1 complement 1 to 0, it complement A2. Okay. Then again, since A2 goes from 0 to 1, it doesn't complement A3. Next state, 0111, and see last second. When A1 complement 1 to 0, it complement A2. Since A2 also complement 1 to 0, it complement A3. Since A3 also complement 1 to 0, it complement A4. That's it. In this way, it will move on. So this is actually the working of binary ripple counter. Now you may ask if you have any confusion, any doubt in this particular ripple sequence, count sequence. Okay. Very carefully look into it. If you are having any confusion, any doubt, you may ask. This is very important topic. In your exam, you have to write the steps properly. You have to explain this. Step marking will be there in theoretical explanation also. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
No doubt, no confusion.
No.
Okay, so I'll go to the next topic. So this is binary ripple counter. Next we have BCD ripple counter, or you can say decimal ripple counter. If I'm asking decimal ripple counter or BCD ripple counter, both are same. Why? Because you are using the binary value of 0 to 9 only. Okay, this is the state diagram for decimal BCD counter. So here sequence pulse will be same as previous one. What is the difference actually? After count of, it will start from 0000. It will go till 1001. Okay, here I have shown 1000. It will go to 1001. After 1001, again it will move to 0000. So it is counting the pulses from 0 to 9. After that, it will again start from 0000. So working is same as a previous one. But here circuit will be different because we have after 9 we have to switch to 0. That way it should count. So that's why here the circuit will be little different. So this is the logic diagram of BCD ripple counter. So some small difference is there, but I'll repeat once here. Before going to the operation, we should be aware with the working principle of JK flip-flop. When it is 00, that means this is no change. If J is 1, K is 0, it is set. When J is 0, K is 1, it is reset. When both are 1, means it is complement. It will show the complement value. Okay. Now, here, see the circuit very carefully, because when you are going to explain the circuit, you have to mention each and everything. 4 flip-flop is there. It will start from the rightmost one. So in the rightmost one, both J and K is 1, 1. Okay. And the output of first flip-flop is Q1. If you see your Q8 will trigger Q2, and Q8 will trigger with negative age of clock pulses, which is actually the output of Q1. So in the other words, I can say Q8 and Q2 will trigger when Q1 goes from 1 to 0, because this Q1 output is given to Q2 and Q8. Okay, that's why this Q8 and Q2 will trigger with when Q1 goes from 1 to 0. Just see the circuit. If you see Q4, Q2 is given to Q4. So Q4 will trigger with when Q2 goes from 1 to 0. So Q1 and Q2, there is no confusion. This is as it is. Now, J input of Q8, you see, this J will be equal to 1 when Q2, Q4, multiplication of Q2 and Q4 is equal to 1. It will complement. When it is equal to, if any one of this is equal to 0, it will be reset operation. Okay. So these are some condition. Same thing you can see for the Q2 also. See the Q8. If Q8 is equal to 1, then for Q2, J is equal to 0, because Q complement of last one is given to J value of the second one. So it will be reset when last Q8 is equal to 1, then Q complement will be equal to 0. Sorry, Q8 will be equal to 0. Q complement will be equal to 1. This one will go to second flip flop, J is equal to 1. So it will complement Q2. So this is the logic diagram of BCD ripple counter. Okay. So same thing I have explained here in words. You can see. So the question is that why the circuit diagram of this particular BCD counter is like this only? Because by using this transition, the logic diagram has been developed. Based on the logic diagram, this BCD ripple counter is implemented. Okay, if you want to cross check, you can take the values and you can cross check with your answer, since the working of JK flip flop is already known to you. Okay, but be very careful. You have to write all the values step by step. Don't miss any single step. This is very important. Okay, and be very careful. Be very careful when you are writing the steps, which you are noting which flip flop. It is very important. If you are facing any difficulty, so you can give naming of all the flip flops. Right, either start from right or left for your convenience. Okay, this is a timing diagram of particular flip flop. This one also you can cross check, or you can go for you can implement this also for with LT-Spice, and that way also you can cross check. Okay, so next one is actually our synchronous counters that will start in the next class. Before that, I want to discuss something with you. My throat is having some issue. That's why for me it is difficult to talk more. Now I was planning for one quiz also. So for quiz, uh, earlier I was planning for this coming Monday lab class, but uh, I'm thinking. Can you tell me which module we have taken for quiz number 1?
Module 4, multiplexing.
Module 4.
Module 4, multiplexer we have taken. Okay, fine. So that module 5 we have not taken. Module 5 was, what was module 5? Can you remind me the topics I have? I think so.
Sequential circuit, flip-flop.
Yeah, all flip-flop was there. Okay, fine. So what I was thinking for this module, for our quiz, we'll do one thing. Let's complete the topic first. We have ample number of classes also. So after completing the topics for both the last 2 modules, we'll conduct quiz in end. Okay, not before that. Let's complete the topic first. After that, we'll go for quiz. And I think tomorrow is the last date for uploading the task. So everyone, please upload your task timely. Okay, don't miss the dates. So I'm creating poll. Yes.
Just a doubt, ma'am. Ma'am, in that experiment 4 regarding that adders and like that, do we need to draw the truth table?
Experiment 4, that is D flip-flop implementation.
Yes, ma'am. D flip-flop implementation.
You implemented flip-flop. No, not needed. If you have already drawn, that's fine. But if not drawn, that is also fine. See.
And ma'am, in this registers, experiment 5.
Register, no, truth table is not required here also. Okay. But be careful that output that you are taking, the snapshot, it should be proper, both output and circuit diagram. That snapshot is very important. Okay.
Yes. Ma'am, what has to be written in manual calculations?
Manual calculation for this register and D flip-flop you're asking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see, manual calculation for all kind of experiment, manual calculation is not required. Sometimes it is needed and sometimes it is not needed. Just give me a minute. Just a minute.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I was telling you, this manual calculation is not important for all types of experiment. It depends. For some experiment, is it important, especially for some Boolean expression is there where truth table cross checking is important. Both right side and left side sequence is there. So it always depends. Okay. So let me create poll first. This snapshot is very important. Logic diagram, and you please use print screen or directly don't take any snapshot from there. Otherwise it will, I don't think, maybe if you are using some other option also that I don't know, but make sure whatever you are putting, it should be proper. Yeah, students, I created poll for attendance. Please give your attendance. After attendance, you may leave. Why attendance is poor? Your attendance criteria is fulfilled now. Normally in my DLD class, very 1 or 2 students only absent, but today only 54 students came. Whether your attendance criteria is fulfilled, Devang?
Ma'am, what?
Attendance criteria fulfill हो गया क्या?
No, ma'am.
Attendance
like
इतनी
it's
low
not.
पे जा रही है. Yeah, anyway, we have around 1.5 modules still left, so please attend the class, everyone. Everyone give your attendance. See you for the next class. Thank you. Monday morning, I think it is there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.